Hello everyone. Welcome to the short-term training program on tools and the techniques for efficient and effective teaching learning. I, Professor Arpit Chaudhary, along with me, Professor Pratik Deshmukh from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, PRMITR, are going to discuss a WebEx application. Today's topic is going to be divided into two categories. First one is mobile application and second one is desktop application. Let's start with the mobile application. uh, Whenever you want to host a meeting or join a meeting, at that time you are going to use a desktop application also, and you can also use a mobile application. But when that is going to be happen when you are available at your workplace. But if you are not available at your workplace, then how can you do this? With the help of mobile application, we can start a meet or join a meeting. So let's start with the webex application. And next one is from where you can download this from play store also, and for android application. And if you want to go for the iphone, then you can download it from its center. So let's start with the android application. This is what the uh, start of webex application. And when once you are going to click on this webex application, it is initiating its process, and it will show the contents whatever you have entered. Once you have enrolled with the cisco webex, at that time he will ask you about your email id. It will create a webex site for you. With the help of that webex site, you can join a meeting or you can host a meeting. With the help of this credential, you are going to start a meeting or create a meeting and join a meeting. So let's talk about the mobile application view. There are four options. First one is used for audio. With the help of this option, uh, you can transmit your voice. Here are two categories. First one, you can transmit your voice with the help of internet, and second one, you can transmit your voice with the help of microphone also. Next uh, is video. If you want to send enable your video or start a video, with the help of this start my video, you can transmit your video with the help of this option. And if you don't want to enable your video to save the bandwidth, you can disable the video. If you are a participant of any meeting, then to save the data rate, you can disable the meeting. But if the meeting requirement is to enable the video, then at that time you can enable the video. But right now, for the sake of understanding, I am disabling it. Next, there are three options. Sorry, there are three dots. There is third option. By clicking on this three dots, you are getting um, more options. With the help of these options, you can change a few things. First option is lock room. With the help of this lock room, you can you can change the priority of your participant, who can enter into your personal room and who cannot enter into your personal room. So with the help of this lock room, you can go with the enable and disable option. Once you are going to click on lock room, no one can enter into your personal room. If you want to enter them, make them enter, then they are available in lobby. The host needs to personally add them into the meeting room. Then how can you know that who are the participants which are available in your room? That click on this participant option, you will get the list of your participant, how many participants are there and who is in a lobby. Right now This is what the list of participant. In this participant list I haven't added any participant, but if I want to add the participant, then I need to click on invite. By clicking on invite by email, I just simply put the email id and send the email id. If you want to add the multiple participant, then you can add the invitees and add their email id. The invitation is going to be sent by email. By clicking on that invitation, uh, they can add into this meeting in or in your personal room. This is what invitation. And if you want to chat with everyone or chat with particular person, then if you want to chat with a single person, then you can click on that particular person and go for the chatting. And if you want to uh, chat with everyone, then just click on chat with everyone and type the message. This text is going to be delivered to everyone who are the participant. All the participants will get this message. Then next, the other options which are available in that three dots, that is share content. The most important thing in teaching and learning system, that is share the content. Whatever the contents you are having, or whatever the notes you are having, or whatever the ppts you are having, if you want to share while delivering a lecture, then you can use this option share the content. Right now in this share the content option, there are few functions are also available. First one is share screen, second one is whiteboard. And if you want to share the content through the cloud, you can also share with the help of these three options, that is Box, Google Drive, or Microsoft OneDrive. Or if you want to share the image of particular topic, or particular, if you want to show the particular diagram which is available in jpeg or image format, then you can just simply click on photo. You will get the images which are available in your secondary storage. So let's talk about the share screen. By clicking on share screen, it will ask you to show the screen, yes or no. By clicking on start now, the